Hey everyone, Tom here, Battle Rap Resume. We're back with another preview. You know, we're doing a few of these on the channel at the moment because the end of the year, the end of 2019 is heating up in terms of UK domestic battle rap, and Don't Flop are back with the Shrewsbury imprint. A very sort of innovative idea that was very successful. I witnessed it firsthand. And I feel, in all honesty, that people have sort of slightly forgotten. There was a lot of hype going into the event, but maybe it just didn't produce that sort of landmark battle that it needed. But as an investment into a new venture in battle rap in terms of its construction, of having the locals versus the established names, this continues with the Shrewsbury 2 card. I guess, it's part of Don't Flop's 11th birthday and all that idea that's going down. But, so this is Shrewsbury. They're back there, and the man Chrisbee is, he was on the first card. I saw him battle. Unfortunately, that battle didn't come out. We'll get onto that because I want to explore that because I really enjoyed his performance. You may have seen him in the home team hip hop cipher that he did as well for the Shrewsbury videos. But Chrisbee, how's it going, man?
It's going good, man. It's going good. Yeah, no, I'm having a good day today. No, super proactive. It's nice.
Mm-hmm. And, we'll get into it now. The accent, it confuses people.
Yeah. Okay,
just to clarify, yeah.
Okay, so I'm not American. I'm English. I live in a merry United States of Nescliffe.
Yeah.
I lived with an American family when I was younger, kind of growing up.
Sure.
So, from the age of, say, 16 onwards until I was probably about 21, 22. Yeah, and I've constantly been in touch with them. I mean, there was about 20 living in the house at the time. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like a hybrid because the thing is, I got an American twang to English people, and they kind of assume it's kind of like a fake thing. And then to American people, I still sound English. So I don't know. It's just
I just had to ask. Yeah. People are curious.
It's for me. It's just how I sound. But, I mean, I know it opens me up to a lot of avenues for people to explore through battle rap. But I'm open to it.
You're on this card. We'll get to your battle as we go through versus Monroe. And you're on the first card. I was on the stage for it, and the crowd seemed to be loving you. Do you do like a spoken word night or something like that locally, an open mic thing?
No.
No?
I'm not really a rapper. I'm a musician by trade.
Okay.
I play music around the scene. I run an open mic night for music,
right.
acoustic music mostly on a Wednesday in Shrewsbury. But yeah, I'm relatively known in Shrewsbury. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm like a celebrity or anything, but
yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, people know me around. It's my town, you know what I mean? It's my hometown.
So, we're getting into the card then, and this is going down Saturday the 16th of November from midday at Albert Shed. That's a different venue from last time, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've spoken to Rowan or anything about it, but we've kind of gone for a different thing because obviously it's different times as well. Like the Shrewsbury, the first one was at night time. We're doing it during the daytime.
It was a big Friday evening event,
Yeah, and it's not to say if we sold the same amount of tickets that we did for the Butter Market, Albert Shed would be absolutely rammed. In practice, we probably wouldn't be able to sell that many tickets because. But we're going for a different thing. We thought people were quite rowdy that night. There was a lot of people drunk, and it got towards the end of the night that people were maybe too drunk that the more hardcore or more bigger fans of rap that were there for the battles weren't necessarily able to enjoy the later battles. I mean there was a Matter battle towards the end of the night, and I love Matter. And you were there. No one was in.
No.
Yeah, no one was engaging.
Quarter.
It's hard.
No, it was. But so again, this is going down, and they're having the card is split in half in a sense, from on-beat battles and then just a cappella battles. And am I right in thinking the a cappella battles that the first set, isn't it, and then the later set will be the on-beat?
I'm not too sure how. I think they're doing kind of a mix. I'm not sure how they're doing it. 100%.
Sure.
Shawn hasn't been completely clear about that. I know that my battle with Monroe is definitely the first battle on.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, in terms of whether or not they're going to break it up and do one, I think they might be doing one and then the other, one of each.
Okay.
As it goes through the night, but I'm not sure. We'll see.
So, getting into the card then, yourself versus Monroe. Who did you battle at the first event, and why is the battle not yet released?
Okay, so the first battle was against P Soldier. And the reason the first battle wasn't released was I think at the end of the day, P Soldier he's a veteran. He's given a lot to he's given a lot to the scene. He's put in a lot of graft. He's done a lot of battles, and he came down, and I mean, I don't know how to take it. People were cheering me, being the hometown guy, and they were kind of booing a little bit through his rounds and stuff. And
it got ugly.
Yeah.
It did get ugly. Yeah, there was some favoritism, but like you said, Shrewsbury's your town. Like that's just going to happen.
Yeah,
And
I mean, like you can have opinions on it. I mean, for me, like at the end of the day, if you're at that disadvantage, I mean, we've got American guys coming down like for this next one. Like there's 3 battles. There's going to be 3 American guys.
Huge.
That's hard. That's hard. Like coming all the way from the States to a completely different country. But at the end of the day, if you're at that disadvantage, it's your job to win them over. And in the first round, for me, like Peace Soldier was doing that. Like it's his first round, I thought was very good. And people were laughing, they were getting a few shots and stuff. But I don't know. Obviously, whatever happened, it got to him. And to be honest, I chatted to her afterwards. I actually did apologize because at the end of the day, there were some of my mates in there. They were gassing me. I can't control what they do, but
it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad, from someone who was actually there. But it was just, there was a lot of enthusiasm there. And yeah, his performance was a little bit phoned in, a little bit of a squib, whatever. But it's a shame that's not out there. But, we're going to get you then versus Monroe, who was on the last card, right?
Yes, he was in an on-beat battle on the last card versus a guy called Wardy, sorry.
Is this personal, this battle, or?
Me and Monroe? Yeah, I mean, I suppose it is, because it's an ego thing.
Yeah.
It's an absolute ego thing. I mean, I don't really want to give away too much, because there's going to be a lot that's said on the stage, no doubt. But yeah, I don't know. This is a must-win battle. I mean, because this is another footage that hasn't been released, but me and Monroe have actually already battled before. We had a battle at an incognito event for Don't Flop, and we I don't think it was an accident or not, but it's just like we got pulled out of a hat, and our names just so happened to get paired together. And I was in a situation there where I was trying to rehash bars last second, and I got on stage and I choked against him. And so for me, is partly redemption to like make up for the fact that like I had that experience, and secondly, like I really want to beat that guy.
Like, how would you describe his style?
His style, it's a bit tricky, because the thing is, I haven't really seen him in a proper a cappella battle. Like, again, there's not a lot of footage that's been necessarily released yet, and for me, like, I saw his on-beat battle, and I think on-beat battles are a little bit trickier to get them like relevant in what you're doing, because obviously you're trying to match a beat at the same time, trying to rhyme and trying to make it relevant to the other person. In a cappella battle, you got a lot more leeway to kind of get your point across. And I haven't really seen him be totally direct. I've only seen him in an incognito event where you were writing a paragraph for literally relevant to anybody. That's the whole idea of the event. So I'm not sure. It's going to be interesting to see what he's going to do once he has a target. So I'm excited. To be honest.
Shrewsbury versus Telford there.
Oh yeah, 100%. From what I know, like, he has got quite a bit of a following. So hopefully, like, that whole scenario from last time.
You called him out, right, online, and that got quite a lot of views.
100%. Yep. 100% called him out. 100% called him out. That was an interesting experience, actually, because I didn't really know what I wanted to go for, because the thing was, I wanted to kind of like be a bit provocative. So then I kind of like thought back to the years when I used to watch like wrestling and stuff when you're a kid, like The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin and all that, and I thought, yeah, just like super egotistical. And man, the responses were massive. Like people hated it. Like, but the thing was, everybody that was commenting just like kept that bot going, and it was getting more and more views, and it was getting more and more thing. And then Monroe's videos were getting more views because of it, and it kind of blew up a little bit, and that's great. That's great for everybody involved. But yeah, man, I don't know how I'm going to approach like this whole promo thing in the future, because like the thing is about calling people out and stuff. It's just like you don't want to make it too personal to start with. I think when you get on stage, that's when it gets personal. Because if you start throwing stones too early, then you're going to run out of material before you can get there. You know what I mean?
So getting on to the next battle then, featuring the debut of Shawn Kray. You know, people. Shawn's such a great guy. He's I mean, he's the mastermind behind the whole Shrewsbury movement. Like,
oh god, yeah, and he is, and he's not giving himself an easy opponent to start with as well. I can really respect that.
Yeah,
it's going to be an interesting. It's definitely like one of my most anticipated battles for this event. Like, I'm so excited. Tydal is so hardworking.
Fuck, man. Tydal, even on autopilot, is dangerous. He's got the goods. He does have the goods.
He's got an he's a Swiss Army knife. He's so good. Like, I saw him down for the Incognito, and he was the Incognito in Leicester. He was the highlight of that event, hands down. For me, he was the highlight of that event. He just unloaded. It didn't seem like there was a moment in his round where he wasn't saying something really clever. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
So yeah, this is Shawn stepping into the ring. Shawn I've had on the show a few times for like all the Shrewsbury content. We also did To the Test 10, went through every single battle from that classic event. That was a really fun one. And, you know, I fucking did it and crashed and burned the soliloquy. So why shouldn't any other, you know, fanatic mega fan?
Well, that's what it's about. I mean, I'm doing this because I'm a fan. I mean, like, I'm a musician. Like, I mean, I've got like a little bit of experience in performance and stuff. But you know, I'm new to this too, and that's what it's about. You know, it's just it's being able to step out of that. And the thing that Shawn's got is he's been involved with so many events that maybe that in turn is going to be enough experience to, you know, give him a bit of an edge. But you know, we'll see. You never know what's going to happen until they start rapping, man.
Was Tydal was at the last Shrewsbury, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He was in the opening battle. I don't quite remember who that was.
It was versus Blunt Ted. Yeah.
Yes, that was it. That was it. Blunt Ted.
Ted choked badly. I love Ted. You know, some of my favorite Battle Rap Resume episodes with that guy. But yeah, he immolated himself. It was painful.
It happens. I mean, it's a sad thing. Nobody wants to see it happen, and everybody wants to see like the rounds being spat as they were intended, and then them being, you know, the competitors being judged on that. But you know, it happens. I mean, I experienced it myself, but I think it could be a learning experience for people. I mean, TrippleJayy kind of choked a little bit when his first battle in Shrewsbury versus Mickey Worthless.
Oh yes,
And then I tell you what, because like the thing is, he went in with, there's two different kinds of egos in this thing. You got an ego where you got a guy who thinks that he's better than everybody else, and then you got an ego who wants to go out and prove that he's better than everybody else. And I saw a change, man, because like TrippleJayy had that before, and then he went to Incognito, and I tell you what, there was a change, man. Like him at Incognito as well, he was on form. TrippleJayy really brought it. I think sometimes you need that choke to kind of kick you up the butt a little bit and kind of show you, like, you know, okay, you're not immortal, like, go do it.
And just before we get onto the next battle, wasn't there a thing at the Shrewsbury event where a guy turned up? Wasn't he battling Bowski? And the guy turned up to the event. He shook hands. He bought drinks. He was there. He told her I'm there, and then he just vanished before the battle. Like,
oh man, we started a hashtag, man. Pray for Ruckus. His name was Ruckus, man.
Has he battled again?
There was a thing that about we were potentially going to get him in for a battle on this card, but yeah, no, I mean he did turn up afterwards. Yeah, he basically bolted through the toilets and stuff, man. He just got out of there. He was there. I mean, to be honest, Bowski of all people is not the easiest Premier battle, man. Like the first battle. Yeah, it's hot. That's hard.
Dangerous,
like
Bowski's crazy in that environment. He would have killed.
And to be fair, Ruckus he had a very nervous disposition. Like, I mean, everybody, like, I think everybody else got to him because I was guilty of it, as was pretty much everybody else of the Shrewsbury team. Everybody was going up to Ruckus, and he was like, everybody felt he was the rookie, and everyone had to feel like they could go over and give him a little bit of advice and saying, hey, just go up there and spit your bars. Everybody was giving him advice. They weren't saying good luck. They were giving him advice. I think that's potentially what got to him. So I don't know. Yeah, it was a sad scenario, but yeah, I think Bowski just spat his rounds anyway, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, and that was just such a shame, such a waste with that crowd. They were just at peak intensity then as well. They dissipate towards the end. It inevitably got quite rowdy.
Well, it sets a tone, doesn't it? When you, I mean, your first couple of battles, it's going to set the tone for the whole night, and it's a shame. It is a shame. I mean, like in hindsight, where I feel that, I mean, I don't want to be biased, obviously. Me and Monroe, I feel like that's a good battle to start on because we're both going to be there. We both like want to be there. We both want to rap at each other. There's no way it's not like, you know what I mean? The way they kind of did it in Shrewsbury, they kind of put like the kind of like slower battles they weren't sure about kind of towards the start, where maybe it would have been better off towards the middle because, you know, once you've got a strong start, the tone's set and, you know, it sets the flow for the night. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it works because it's still figuring it out. You just have to figure out for that town, don't you?
You know, we push on to more alumni of the Shrewsbury battles with Cannell now versing a really exciting international opponent. This is someone that I've got a brand new, you know, always knows this guy's great, but, you know, I've been doing the WRC 07 Rewind series over on Ruin Your Day, where I look at the prelims and all the leagues of, you know, the eight different locations that vied to be in that final in New York. And I was going through the New York one, and obviously they're there in the qualifiers and in the regionals and whatever. And, you know, Frankie kills him. Frankie's back, I think. I think he's doing camera work for iBattle. He's battling over there. Like, this guy wants it.
Oh, wow. I mean, like, I didn't know all that. I do know about Frankie, but it's just like, I don't know enough about this guy. I've seen him battle. I mean, is that
do you know
real?
about him? Do you know about him and Wapps and Juice? Do you know about Jay's Juice, his legendary partner?
Oh yeah, because it was like a whole thing. They were both kind of like
they're in the WRCs.
It was like a mafia thing, wasn't it? It's like
they knocked out and Archaic quite infamously.
Oh wow,
yeah. That's where the whole jump off a cunt sort of arises from that, because the decision was completely wrong, and there definitely seemed to be favoritism in the ranks there. But yeah, anyway, history lesson over. Wapps is here to battle Cannell, and Cannell is actually in the chat. We're live streaming this episode at the moment, saying fair warning. Greatest 3 rounds I've ever written for this, and they are fully written now. I normally write half my third during my opponent's third.
Wow.
But
that's it. I mean, to be honest, like the whole card's like this. It's interesting because I mean, at the end of the day, it's an international battle. I feel, given the kind of crowd that Shrewsbury is, it's a daytime event. Again, it's still going to be fresh to the battle rap scene. Yes, we had the last event. How many people from that last event are going to be at this event? I don't know. Are we going to have more newer people? Maybe. Again, it could be their very first event. Frankie Raps is a solid kind of character, and it's easy to latch on to characters because it's not necessarily a gimmick. But him coming over from the States, the problem is it's the language barrier, but the way he raps, there isn't too much slang, there isn't too much slurs or anything.
No. It's that WRC timbre, like it cuts through.
Yeah.
It's just punch heavy, and I think it will deliver, yeah.
It translates well, and at the end of the day, Cannell's experience, and he's obviously going to know that. And if he's saying now that he's got his rounds written and he's going to go into it, like, there you go. That's another absolute banging battle. I can't wait to see it. It'd be interesting to see what happens.
And Cannell, obviously, we've seen before at Shrewsbury, as I say, and he was great last time.
Oh yeah, it was great. I mean, again, it was a shame. Like I said, we're still figuring out the kicks with this. We're still figuring out the kicks because there's a market for it. People loved it. I mean, I still have people constantly talking about that whole event, like even now, and they were coming up to me and like talking to me about it, and they weren't just talking about me and my battle. They were talking about everything. They were talking about like other bits that they liked and stuff. Like, you know, there's genuine interest here. We just have to figure out the best way to deliver it in Shrewsbury.
And we push forward now to the penultimate a cappella battle. This is the one that I am dying to see, that I will be getting the pay-per-view for.
Oh, it's
terrifying. Two of my absolute favourites, like, really.
It's terrifying. But the thing is, I mean, Lex Luthor is just solid. He's solid.
I actually meant Red Flag versus Crafty.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. As battlers, yeah.
Penultimate. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I don't know the meaning.
I think Red Flag also goes by that nomenclature. But yeah, Crafty versus Red Flag.
So Red Flag.
You know, pen nerd battle. You know.
Yeah, because Red Flag, he was already battling like a few weeks ago in the UK, wasn't he? He was battling.
Oh yeah, he was. He was.
It was against Raptor.
He was against Raptor, and he's battling Johnny Darko about in February, I think, for Rap Is Full, Broken Resolutions 2.
Mm.
So
I don't know. I mean, it's interesting seeing someone like handle the crowds. I mean, again, like I don't know too much of the history behind Red Flag and stuff. I mean,
mhm.
is he new to UK? I mean, has he done stuff in the UK
Well,
before?
no, he's only been part of that Premier Battles event. Like, originally, he was a journalist, I believe, for BattleRap.com, like with Chris Mitchell and that sort of era. And I sort of followed him through that on Twitter. And then, yeah, he became Red Flag as a battler. I think originally he spat his opening rounds on iBattle to an empty room, like, you know, or no opponent. And he just did that sort of thing. But, yeah, he was, he's absolutely sensational. You know, he has that critic's eye. He has that fan appreciation, but it just works and it's weaponized. And he punches beautifully. Like, I love his style. And he was, you know,
Oh, yeah.
there's a reason why he'll be, you know, overseas to Europe in the space like 3 times in 6 months. This guy, like,
It'd be interesting because the thing is, the vibe I got from him is like old Unanimous. You know, old Unanimous used to come in with this massive, like,
he's not really
overly...
aggressive though, but he's just very intellectual and precise.
But it's intricate. It's intricate in the way that he creates it, and it's not necessarily like there's not too many massively direct punches or personals in there. It's just kind of like it's kind of a bit more delicate. It's a bit more intricate. It's a bit clever, but it's obvious at the same time. And it's kind of the way like Unanimous was. Like, obviously Unanimous has always been aggressive, but you've seen Unanimous change quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
And from battle to battle, his style can like vary in a massive spectrum. So it's like, for me, like, so, oh god, I don't know. It's just like I would have loved to see like Unanimous versus Red Flag personally.
Ooh, okay.
But for Crafty, I think will absolutely destroy him. And
wow,
this is the only
destroy.
the only reason I say that is because I don't feel that Red Flag, after watching, I mean, I've only got a couple of battles that I've seen to go off.
Sure.
And the only thing that I've like seen from that is that I don't feel like he was overly translatable. The crowd wasn't super hot on what he was doing.
I know, especially in Shrewsbury. I think,
considering the way we've seen this crowd work, you know what I mean. I think Crafty, the experience is just going to override that.
Yeah, and I think Kraft has been on all the Don't Flop uni tours and all the 10th birthday stuff, and, you know, he's performed, and obviously he does all his spoken word and, you know, event organising and stuff like that. So yeah, I think he might be a little bit more seasoned in that pursuit. Face to face, if this was like a Sunburn type matchup that had a bit more of a attentive fan base, maybe the battle will play differently, like you say. But I think Crafty is just so, you know, he dismantles in such a compelling way. And Red Flag was still great, but we saw Red Flag lose against Raptor on a certain spectrum. You know, we saw that he was lacking something to just connect, and I think Crafty's sharpened that a little more.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of the time it's just like it's down to the way it complements each other. I don't think necessarily Crafty will make Red Flag look better in the way that he raps. You know what I mean? Whereas sometimes you get rap battles because of the way that they construct their rhymes. They're kind of doing the same thing. Like, but they could be doing it at different levels, but if they're doing the same kind of styles, if similar styles match, then you get a much better battle because you're kind of comparing the same thing. But if someone comes in and they're like really overly metaphorical or overly intricate or overly clever, and then you get someone in and they're coming in and they're very direct and they're very...
Sorry, man, what's that sound?
Oh, it's a stupid clock, man. Like, I don't know how to turn it off.
Oh, that's so annoying.
It is literally the worst thing in the world. It's in the wall. I can't remove it.
So we get now onto the final acapella battle, Unan versus Lexx. Which do you feel it's a waste of a Unan battle then if you wanted to battle someone else, or?
I just no, it's not. The reason I wanted Unan to battle Red Flag is because I feel like we would have seen like an old Unanimous coming out. The thing with Lex Luthor is I absolutely have no idea what kind of Unan is going to turn up. I'm not knocking Unan. He's an absolutely
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to sound like I'm knocking because Unan knows I'm a giant fan of his. Like, seriously,
mate, he is an absolute beast. He's 100% one of my favorites. But it's just like in this kind of situation, what are we going to get? Are we getting the personal Unan? Are we getting he's stabbing him with pyramids? Like, what's he doing in this one? I have absolutely no idea. I know exactly what kind of thing Lex Luthor is going to come with. Okay. And in that regard, to be honest, it's almost kind of tilting towards Unanimous winning this one, because if you don't know if I'm sitting here as a fan and I have absolutely no idea like what Unan's going to come with, But I'm sitting here looking at Lex Luthor, who, you know, not to say I don't know him, but I'm not as big a fan of, but I know exactly how he's going to come. It's just, you know what I mean? It's so much going to be. I would hate to be in Lex Luthor's scenario, because, you know, Yunan, you've had so many similar kind of rounds spat at Yunan from several different people. People have kind of come with the same things over and over and over, and I just feel that Yunan's got an advantage in the sense that he's varied his style so much in a short space of time. It's hard to know what he's going to be like. So I have no idea. I'd have to give the edge to Yunan on that one.
And obviously with Lexx as well, it's not just his, you know, battling career, but also he's rebuilt iBattle and to a absolutely immaculate league, you know, where people like Dago and Homeschool thrive, that I'm giant fans
of.
Yeah,
I mean, he's an absolute beast. I mean, he's right up my street as well, because he's a bit of a geek too, and I love that. But yeah, I mean, it's a scary battle for me. So I don't know. I mean, it's one of those. It could be the best battle of all time, or it could be trash. I just don't know. It depends.
It's difficult.
Yeah, it's very tricky. It's very tricky.
I mean, Lexx has been on Don't Flop before.
I'm surprised they put 3 Americans on the card. I mean, that's like
it's kind of an iBattle contingent, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's a dangerous place, Shrewsbury, in terms of like how it's going to be received. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's very tricky to know what the crowd's going to be like. We've only done one event, and obviously that was a bit. I mean, it was a great event, and obviously it was successful in terms of like sales and everything. But how are the crowd going to be? How are they going to interact with them? Are the Americans going to be well received? I hope so. I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
And this is it. And I mean, you got someone who's quite accessible, like Frankie raps. You got and then you got someone who like Lex Luthor, who's a bit more of, you know, I don't know. I absolutely have no idea how this is going to be received. I'm excited for all those top 3 battles, man. It's crazy. I'm so excited. Like,
yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I'm just excited to see Unanimous. I've never seen Unanimous live. I haven't watched all the videos, so. That's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I'm sure most of the battlers on the card are looking forward to that. And again, guys, just before we get into the on-beat battles, this is going down Saturday the 16th of November from midday at Albert Shed. Put the link down below, but you can pick up tickets over at don'tfloptickets.com or, you know, or through at don'tflop and all those various ventures. But the on-beat battles now, Chrisbee, which I appreciate that they're, you know, alternating and putting this mix on throughout the night.
It's 100%. We've got some great names on there, don't worry.
Are you familiar with Realistt Vs Stretch DCM? I take it that Realistt is from Telford and Stretch is from Birmingham, right?
That's right. I mean, on-beat battles are difficult to judge anyway. True, I mean, because it's you got a lot more leeway in an a cappella battle, as I kind of like mentioned before. And the thing is, I've only got Stretch DCM. I've only seen him in his videos, and his videos is quite kind of like a chilled, kind of laid back kind of rap. And the thing is about like rapping in a rap battle is it's quite a lot on delivery. And the thing is, it's like, you know, Albert Shed, I'm telling you now, it's an echoey place. You know, that place has got a big floor. It's made of concrete. There's shiny surfaces. The acoustics in there are not great. Unless you're screaming your lyrics at them, no one's going to hear it. And if Stretch DCM comes with that kind of style, that chilled back, and it's just like clever lyricism, absolutely phenomenal timing and stuff. But if he's quite chilled and relaxed and he's not actually yelling it at the other guy, it might not even be heard. That's what I'm worried about. Delivery's like quite important on this one. So I don't know. I think he's quite chilled. As for Realistt, I've known the name. I can't honestly say I've never seen him battle, so I can't really say.
Yeah, he was. I believe he was locked in for the Home versus Visitors event, but couldn't do it for whatever reason, and shone on the Grime open mic at the end of the event. And Stretch has some hype behind him, right? I think he won a tournament in the summer, and you know, he was on the show, and pretty accomplished MC.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've heard nothing but great things. I mean, the video is great. I mean, he looks amazing. He sounds great. I mean, the rap's amazing. Like I said, the only thing I'm worried about is like it's purely acoustics on this one, because like it's going to be, well, obviously we're going to get the sound as best as we could possibly get it, but if you come too chilled in this, no one's going to hear you. I'm telling you now, like this is an event where you need to be barking on the other guy. Like that's the way I see it. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. Like I said, I'm more familiar with everybody else on the battles card, but the first two I'm not too familiar.
Talk to me about TrippleJayy versus Illa then.
Oh, this is it. This is for me. This is on par with the top of the card. Illa versus TrippleJayy is exciting for me because Illa wanted to make the last event. He couldn't do it. Illa has got a massive kind of like following in Telford, and like he has got so much hype about him. And if you watch the kind of grime video and stuff, like he's on form. And if he's anything like he was like back in March when we were doing like back in December when we were doing all these videos and stuff, he was absolutely phenomenal. He had like a presence, he had like a persona, his rapping ability was absolutely incredible. He's got that following, he's got that, he's got it. He's absolutely got it, and he obviously is eager to do it. And you know, for whatever reason, he couldn't make it. And we all knew he absolutely wanted to, and now he's got his chance, and he's going to be here. He's going to be coming. I mean, this is a battle where no one's going to be sleeping, because TrippleJayy already choked in his first battle, and I told you, like, he went down to Leicester and he started laying it on. He was solid. You know, there was fire in the guy's belly. You know what I mean? So this is a battle where no one's sleeping. It'll be really interesting to see. TrippleJay's got his thing going on. Shrewsbury lad, Telford lad. Yeah, I'm down for it. I'm down for it.
Oh, yeah, no, you've sold that one. Definitely. I'm definitely intrigued to catch it. So what's the next one on the card? That would be
Pri-D and Stray Wolf.
That's right, Stray Wolf, yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, Pri-D, Ludlow boy, you know, big ginger beard. You know, he looks just like Crafty.
Yeah, he did well at the last event, actually. He beat Lefty.
Yeah. Mate, he was carried off like a gladiator, man. It was like, the thing is about Pri-D, man, he's got a strong following, and his lyricism is great, and he's really good at time and stuff. Stray Wolf, I've only seen him in acapella battles, but Stray Wolf is an absolute beast. His retention for lyrics is insane. I saw that just by the way he spat his rounds, because again, he was there in Leicester for Incognito, and he actually, I'm pretty sure it was Stray Wolf. I'm pretty sure Stray Wolf battled twice with the same rounds. And it was insane. His retention for it, his delivery, fantastic.
Okay,
I've not seen him on beat, so it'd be exciting for me. But Stray Wolf is absolutely solid. He is coming in as the underdog because Pri-D's got a following. Yeah, he's reeling off the last victory. You know what I mean? He's got the momentum behind him. But you know, Stray Wolf is not a soft cookie. Like he's gonna. It's a really exciting battle.
Yeah, I think Pri-D was meant to be at the Boardmasters Festival as well.
Yeah. I'm not sure what happened with all that. I wasn't around. I was busy, unfortunately.
And Stray Wolf was apparently outstanding at Incognito versus Wordy as well. Served him pretty bad. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. And finally, Hulk versus Trademark Blood.
I mean, I'm just gonna say it now. It's going to be my boy Trademark, hands down.
I debuted on Spit Roast Battle League, so what an honour to watch this guy again.
Mate, he's.
I owe him everything, low-key. Everything.
Well, like I said, I was talking about sleeping. Like I've seen Trademark at so many battle events, man. And he's just. You could see it in his eyes. He wants to be on that stage. He wants to be doing it. You could see it. I mean, he went down to Manchester for an event. He was there. He just wanted to do it. You know, he was there at Shrewsbury event. Obviously, he performed on the night, but he wants to be on that stage. He wants to be battling, and he hasn't done it in a long time. He's probably been sitting on some bars that could have been thrown at anyone that he's just ready to destroy someone with. And there's no disrespect to Hulk. Absolutely no disrespect to Hulk, because Hulk's a beast. He's a veteran. He's a battle. He's battle. He's battle hardened.
He is.
But I just feel Trademark's just going to come in and destroy him. I think he's been waiting for it for so long, and I think he's finally, got himself back into it, and he's ready to go. I think this is it. I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm a big big fan of Trademark.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, Trademark, you know, the undisputed king of hip hop in sort of Shropshire and the West Mids, and you know, runs lots of nights and obviously ran Spit Roast and
But I actually had my first battles on Spit Roast too.
Oh, all the greats do, clearly. And, you know, you guys can go check that out. Me versus Nader way back when. That's a pretty embarrassing battle. But, yeah, and Hulk, like you say, battle hardened is so accurate. But yeah, Hulk's been through it, man, and continues to have really exciting performances, you know, whether it be on Premier Battles or on the chalked out one-offs or a Battle Rap Resume event as well. Don't Flop, Little Resurgence. You know, when he battled Chrome, had some, you know, superior stuff in that. Like,
oh yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he's another guy he's got that persona, he's got stage presence, you know, like you know the guy's on stage when he's on stage, but I just feel I feel the way Trademark's been, the way I've seen that look in his freaking eyes when he's seen other people battling, he gets that little itch in his little leg and he's there ready to go, and you can tell he wants to be on that stage. I think you could put Trademark up against anybody at this point for him to come back at this point, for him to wait for so long. I think you could put him up against anybody and beat him. Yeah. Honestly, I think Trademark's coming, and he's coming hard. I'm really excited about this battle.
So again, guys, this is going down Saturday the 16th of November. Are you guys doing a pay-per-view? Are you aware of that? Or
say again?
Are you going to do a pay-per-view of any sort? Like,
again, that's up to Rowan and Shawn.
Sure.
I'm not too sure what's going on with that, but yeah, I mean the tickets are still on sale, so you know, you can get them from all the battlers and stuff in Shrewsbury. It's £10 in advance. I'm not sure what it's going to be on the day, but you know, there's limited space for this one. But there's because it's you could fit probably 300, 350 in that room, but I think they've limited the tickets to maybe 250. They want to make sure it's comfortable. They don't want it too rowdy. They want to make sure the battles are perfect this time. There's been a lot more rearranging compared to the last event, so it'll be interesting to see how it pans out.
And again, people, I know you normally go to your events in London or Manchester or whatever, and Shrewsbury's in a weird area of the country, but it's really worth venturing out to, because when I went to the first one, not only was it rammed with eager listeners, you can get cheap hotel rooms there as well. So if like a few mates go down or whatever, you know, you can split it quite fairly. So yeah, if you're thinking about it.
You don't even have to get a Premier in. I mean, we have those and stuff, but honestly, like the normal hotels are cheaper and they're way nicer too.
So yeah, guys, support local battle rap and go to this Shrewsbury event because the card is sensational. And as I say, I'll be picking up the pay-per-view as soon as possible. If you want to support Battle Rap Resume, you can go onto our Patreon and help support us. Say, get access to episodes like this before they go live on the main channel. And you know, I post loads of compilations and stuff on there. Battle Rap Resume on Twitter for news about the show. battlerapresume@gmail.com. You know, check out the cipher that Chrisbee is part of, and check out the eventual Monroe battle if you listened to this in the past. Chrisbee, what about yourself? Anything to promote?
Anything to promote? Nah, man. Like I'm not here to promote anything. I love battle rap, and like I'm just out there to beat Monroe, man. I mean, you guys should come down. The only thing I'm promoting is the battle. That's it.
Okay, that's noble. And you know, again, guys, I will concur. Support the Shrewsbury event. You know, follow at Don't Flop, all that good stuff. But yeah, this has been Tom. Chrisbee, thanks again for your time, sir.
Thank you for having me, man.